just an honor to be here at the Sugar Bowl. This is a place where myself and my family were at, it seems like yesterday, about 4 or 5 years ago, and what an unbelievable bowl, rich with tradition, history, and they do everything first class. So I know our guys are excited. That's certainly the biggest plane most of them have seen, let alone ridden on. And a bunch of guys got to experience first class and, stretch out a little bit, lay down, and catch some Z's. And we are very, very excited, very honored to be here and represent the University of Texas.
Thank you, Coach. Mm-hmm. Questions for Coach?
Big beignet guy?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's, I go out of my way, but if they're around, I'm usually snacking on them pretty good.
Tom, you talked about late in the season, you felt like this team had overachieved this year. Are you still saying that to them and saying that about them, or do you want them to go into this game with the mindset, hey, we're the equal of these guys?
Oh, I don't think when you say overachieve, you imply that you're not equal. I think what I mean by that is that we're winning games on toughness. We're winning games on attitude, physicality. We're winning games this season certainly because we genuinely love the guy next to each other, and we don't want to let them down, and that motivates us much more powerfully than if you were motivated by self-centered motivations. And so, no, we know that our best is good enough. It always has been. But we also know that we do need to play our best to beat such a formidable opponent as Georgia.
Tom, is there anybody that didn't make the trip that you were expecting to make the trip, or is everybody?
Yeah, off the top of my head, no. I think everybody that was expected to make it made it.
Tom, we have talked to you since the news about Thompson and Rice came out. Are they here?
They're here.
Okay.
Yep.
Help me understand how you're okay with two guys being in the portal and yet still being a part of the team.
Well, it's one, we want them to stick around, So we don't want to lose either one of them, and nowadays in college football, that's their right. That's something that the football oversight committee and the transfer oversight committee thought was a necessary next step, and we respect that. And we've been very communicative with both families, both young men. And they're happy to be here, happy to be a part of their team, and I think this is the way of the world now. And guys that want to explore their options have that right to do so. But we've also have the opportunity to communicate with them how important they are to our program.
But I know this goes against the core of what college coaches are all about. You're either all in or you're not, right? But this is the new normal.
Well, I think it'd be different if it was a guy that was playing a lot. But these are two kids that are planning on redshirting. I mean, even if they played in this game, would get this year as a redshirt year. So I don't think it's any indication of whether they're part of this team or not. I think it's simply guys taking advantage of a new rule that we support them, and they know where we stand. We certainly want them back. We feel that they're an integral part of our future. But this is the way of the world. This is where we are.
Are they the only two, or are there other guys responding as well?
They're the only two that I know of, and obviously we had the two already decide to cut ties and transfer.
Tom, is there any injury updates this past week or so?
No. Morrow is probably doubtful, as well as Alvante Woodard. Those two guys, didn't progress quite as fast. We're still going to give it a go. We've got 6 days or whatever it is, 5 days. But Caden Stearns practiced in full yesterday, and we expect him to practice in full tomorrow.
Tom, you talk about players leaving, one of which was Michael Williams, a local kid. Can you talk about what happened there?
Nope.
This is a full practice, gives you time to play a lot of young guys as far as practice is concerned. Who amongst those guys have kind of stood out, and who has stood out to you as far as full practice is concerned?
Yeah, I think the young guys, the two young quarterbacks played well in the scrimmage settings that we had. I think Morrow was playing well until he got banged up. I think it was good for that young O-line. I think those guys, if they stick together and they progress the way that we think they will, Christian Jones is already 312 pounds. Rafidi Girmay is 300 pounds and can move and bend and is explosive. Reese Moore is teetering right around 300 pounds. I know I'm forgetting one. Junior Angilau has been, he's been practicing with the twos, so he gets a ton of reps. So those guys stick out a bunch just because it's such meaningful reps, because for the entire year they've been, reading off of a card, and now they get these extended practices of actually running our offense in our terminology, using our blocking scheme. So was impressed with their development.
Time for one more here.
Say it again. Well, there wasn't a whole lot of scholarship guys that were out there playing. I think Deli and DeMarvion, they played a bunch in those scrimmages and did real well. So those would be the two guys that stick out. Hate to get put on the spot like that, but on that side of the ball, those two young guys certainly got a lot of reps.
Sean, we talk about new experiences all the time. This is a whole new thing for all these guys. This isn't Houston or San Antonio. What'd you tell them about New Orleans, going out at night, minding yourselves, watching others, all that stuff?
Yeah, I said, our staff is full of guys that have been here, and we've won, games here, and not just here in the Sugar Bowl, but, in New Year's Six games, playoff games, and we've also seen the flip side of that as well. And so we do want them to enjoy it. They've earned this, and this is a tremendous bowl game in a tremendous city. But we also know that we've come here with a job to do too, and that's to win the Sugar Bowl championship. And so I think, the sign of a mature team is that you can have fun without being silly, without being immature, without being stupid, for lack of a better term. And so I would imagine our guys are going to enjoy their time here, but when it's time to work, we're going to be dialed in, focused in, and ready to work.